Monarch, Legacy of Monsters ended its first season with the return of Dr. Keiko Miura, who had been presumed dead for decades. Thanks to the time fluctuation between the Earth and Axis Mundi, Keiko's 2-month sojourn in the realm of the Titans has caused her to miss the death of her husband and a slew of scientific and technical advancements. Still, she was able to reunite with her longtime friend Lee Shaw, albeit a much older version of him. Even more emotional was the Randa family tree reunion as Keiko reconnected with her son Hiroshi, who has long believed his mother to be dead. Thanks to the performances of Mari Yamamoto, Keiko, and Takahiro Hira, Hiroshi, the reunion was incredibly impactful, but one of the scene's best moments wasn't a part of the screenplay. In an interview with Screen Rant tied to Monarch, Legacy of Monsters Episode 10, Yamamoto had this to say about the scene. How Keiko's return could make Monarch, Legacy of Monsters a one-timeline show. Monarch, Legacy of Monsters time periods can be confusing as the show not only juggles its own timelines, but also fits in between other MonsterVerse films. With Keiko now a part of the series' modern timeline, however, the show could afford to drop the storyline that began in the 1950s. Considering that the flashback timeline seemed to show Wyatt Russell's Lee Shaw essentially giving up, until the character returns to the action as played by Kurt Russell, and Keiko presumed dead, the only character with obvious story potential left in that era is Anders Holm's Bill Randa. That isn't to say that the well has run dry for exciting Bill Randa stories. Kong, Skull Island's Bill Randa and Monarch, Legacy of Monsters' Bill Randa are very different people, and it would be fascinating to see the character change from Anders Holm's version into the one originated by John Goodman. The question in that case would be whether Bill Randa's story warranted a continued exploration of that timeline without Lee Shaw or Keiko Miura, who would both be largely out of the picture. Thanks to the last-second reveal of King Kong in the Monarch, Legacy of Monsters season finale, the show also ended with a sense of urgency tied to its modern timeline. Not only is King Kong on the table, but there is an immense amount of emotional baggage to unpack concerning Keiko's return to her family. How Keiko deals with meeting her grandchildren and establishing a relationship with her son, all while navigating Monarch's legacy and the morally gray intentions of Apex Cybernetics, is more than enough ground for a Monarch, Legacy of Monsters Season 2 to cover.